Good evening, all.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Sam, does your job require professional wear, or do you just dress up just for us?
Just for the LP.
I feel extra special now.
Mr. Dar, you are special.
How's everybody's day? Aloha.
I am not wearing my coat and shirt because I'm sick. And so you get me in a hoodie.
I'm sorry.
I'm not wearing one because I choose not to own one. Huh.
I like my suit more. It's definitely better in my opinion. I don't know if you got a good look at it, but I like it.
Love it, Mr. Martin.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Aloha.
We'll get started in about 4 minutes.
How's everybody's day?
Can't complain, staying dry.
Good deal. Yeah, it's nice and blue out there today. Rain finally let up. We had a volcano going off the other night. It's pretty cool. Lights up the sky red like the mountain of Mordor over there.
Do you guys have to worry about volcanic eruptions in Hawaii? Is that a thing?
On Big Island, I mean, it is probably our biggest hazard, other than maybe tsunamis. But I'm in a pretty safe location. But technically, lava can occur anywhere on the island, and it's very active. And we've had what, like 30 or 40 eruptions since like the beginning of the year.
I'll stick to hurricanes. I know when they're coming. I know when to get out of the way. That's it for me. No fires, no volcanoes, no earthquakes. Maybe tsunamis, hopefully not.
I believe that
Yeah,
that's
tsunamis are the ones that scare me.
I believe that that's the most active volcano in the world.
It's most states fine to the crater. There was the big Leilani Estates eruption, but that's down on the east rim, and they're like right on top of the volcano rift, right? So I'm off by about 7 miles from the actual rift zone. So it's most likely to go towards the sea because that's the steeper slope, but it's not impossible for lava to come this way, but just improbable.
Mr. DeCallo, what's up with those wildfires in the Keys?
Oh man, I don't know. Gosh, over the last year, we've had wildfires in the stretch to the point where they actually closed down the stretch leading in and out of the Keys, so you actually couldn't leave or come into the Keys for a couple days. We had employees, we had to get hotel rooms because they couldn't make it to the mainland. Yeah, I don't know. It's never happened before. It's just got really dry, and we finally got some thunderstorms, but it was pretty gnarly.
You know, the rain is appreciated now in South Florida, I'll tell you that.
It's about time.
Hmm.
How far a drive is it from your northernmost location to the mainland?
So, well, we have stores in Key West and then up in Biscayne and 163rd out in Miami. So that's like about equal with Hialeah, so sort of just south of Fort Lauderdale. And then we have stores in North Carolina, Virginia. So Hector probably knows the geography. He knows what I'm talking about. Just south of the
3.5
Ventura
hours.
Mall.
3.5 hour drive,
Yep.
Pat.
It's a long day. It's a stretch. So I'll go back and
care.
forth, spend a couple days up there.
Before
Mr.
we
McMahon.
before we get started, I sent you a procedural question.
All right.
By the way, Rhode Island was in the news again this week, in the last week or so. I don't know if any of you saw the Assistant Attorney General gone wild.
I saw that she was very confident. I admire her confidence. Mr. McMahon, was that by email?
Signal.
Got it.
The moment where where Leo said to her, "I don't give a shit." It was very ennobling. We had dozens of comments on my stuff. People saying, "For the first time, I'm rooting for the cops."
It's a rare moment, but it happens occasionally.
Yeah.
Cops finally find somebody worse than themselves.
Oof. And I want you to know that given my vaunted position as a B-list player in the local media, I'm doing everything I can to play that video everywhere and anywhere around the world. All right. So please, wherever you find it, share it. Because the actual attorney general is a jerk. Oh.
Thanks, Pat,
And then,
about the
Mr.
Judge Frank share.
What's that, buddy?
Thanks for the share of the YouTube link to for the Judge Frank.
Oh yeah. No, I knew his son. I know his son fairly well. That was a special commission. That was an excerpt from a commission where he and a fundraising effort and a little bit of state money was put together to renew people's driver's license who had lost them because of this whole fiasco with, what do they call it? The pipeline of poverty. Somebody who's broke gets a couple parking tickets, can't pay them because they're, I don't know, paying for food and rent and all that stuff. But the state needs their money. So that was the only time I ever got a chance to interview him on camera.
It's a big deal in Florida too, and of which, Mr. Chair, today is also the anniversary of Hurricane Andrew.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back when they were building houses out of duct tape and bubble gum, and they weren't properly securing the roofs, and Homestead turned into basically ground zero for a while. We're still recovering from Irma a little bit in some areas in the Middle Keys, so that was a wild one. And every 10 years ago, we'd get a big kahuna, and we just get hit really hard down here in the Keys. So we'll see what happens. Every hurricane season's a gamble. But it is 7:32, so Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and get this party started.
Mr. Dar, I added you as a co-host if you can monitor people coming in for me. No, Mr. does.
I just approved him.
Calling the roll. Mr. Buller,
Oh, are we recording?
Present.
Yes,
Oh, got it.
you called the meeting to order, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We are recording, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bowler,
Present.
Mr. Bost,
Present.
Mr. Chatterton,
Present.
Mr. Wiley, Mr. Vice Chair Dar,
Present.
Mr. Dassing,
Yeah.
Mr. Bracco, Mr. Ford,
Present.
Mr. Weir, Miss Hayes, Miss Hollisey,
Here.
Mr.
Present.
Neville, sorry, Mr. Lamb,
Present, but I will be deferring to Austin Martin unless I state otherwise.
okay, Mr. Martin,
Aloha, present.
Mr. McGee, Mr. McGee, Mr. Johnson,
I'm here.
I am also here.
Building suspense.
I am here, Mr. Nana,
He
Mr. Don, there are
trying
people,
to join.
there are people waiting in the waiting room too. Mr. Hirsch,
Here.
Mr. Redpath, Mr. Dart, can you grab the info? Because I think Mr. Redpath was going to call in and he may not have it, the information to be able to do that. Mr. Thompson,
Here.
Ms. Cowart,
Here.
Mr. Vincent, was pretty sure that I saw him. Mr. Vincent,
He was attempting to join earlier. Let me see if he actually made it in. He should be in. I see his name, so it's a matter if he can unmute or not.
welcome back to Mr. Watkins,
Hello.
Chair Nikayla.
Present.
Okay, we'll go through Ms. Hayes. I don't think she's here. Mr. Nana.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Mr. Redpath. Mr. Vincent.
Hello.
Okay. Mr. Chair, we have 16 in attendance.
All right, we
For
have
voting.
quorum. The chair will now entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
I would actually,
Mr. Chair, I would ask to amend the agenda.
Mr. McMahon?
I would add 15 minutes to section A at the very top for Mr. Chatterton to review and discuss the document he sent to the board as he did attempt notice.
I will rule that in order.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Ballard?
I'd also like to amend the agenda. I would like to do business item C before business items A and B, because I feel like it's going to probably be something that moves along a little bit faster than the other two. And I'd like to accomplish as much as we can in this meeting.
All right. Is there a second for the, well, actually, I'm going to ask, is there a second for the McMahon amendment?
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none. Mr. Ballard, is there a second for your motion or amendment?
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none. All right. Anyone else seeking to recognize Mr. Bost?
Yes, I don't know when it would be appropriate. I did want to eventually divide the question on the FSC appointments.
Sure. At the time of the motion, I can recognize you and you can make that motion to divide. All right. Any further discussion on the agenda? Is there a second to adopt the agenda?
Second.
Any objection? All right, hearing none, we'll move on. Mr. McMahon, the item that you amended to hear Mr. Chatterton speak, was that before A, or was it the first item on the agenda?
It would be first item on the agenda, so it would go Mr. Chatterton, then resolution 1, then, well, no, so it would go,
Because resolution C got bumped before A, or 1.
Yeah, so it'd be the second agenda item. at
It'd
this
be
point.
second.
right. So it would go motion C, or motion to appoint, then Mr. Chatterton, then resolution 1, then resolution 2.
Gotcha. So if we're all fine with going directly into C, and then we'll let Mr. Chatterton speak, and then we'll go into 1 and 2, I think that would be a good order. Mr. Dar, since this is my motion, I'll pass the gavel off to you.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dar. So I did move to appoint Ms. Cower and Mr. Niebel to the FSC.
Now at this time, Mr. Bose would be when you'd seek to be recognized.
Yes.
I recognize Mr. Bose.
Yes,
Just
I
make sure-
move to,
Just make sure that the motion is a second for Mr. Kayla's motion.
Second.
Thank you.
yes, I move to conduct the elections of Mr. Nebel and Ms. Cowart separately, otherwise the same as previously noticed.
A second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any opposition to that? Motion passes then. We'll move as that. Was there intent to have the applicant speak to their nomination again, or just move directly to the voting?
I think just voting.
I think we're okay. Just making sure what that was the intent when the item was given out. Mr. Chatterton, you wish to be recognized?
I apologize. First, clarification: have we divided the motions, and are we considering a specific one, or where are we at Parliament procedurally? If it can be clarified.
There's no opposition to dividing it, so we'll proceed to a vote on each one separately.
I think the basis for the division was to raise the concern about combined participation in a couple of the committees, if I'm not mistaken. I would like to at least have an opportunity to have some discussion of the nominations before we move to the vote. I don't know if we're in discussion of them at this point.
Are you making some sort of motion to that effect, Mr. Chatterton?
Basically just that we have discussion and not move immediately into a vote on appointing.
Are you making a motion to have each applicant speak to for 5 minutes for their time? And Mr. Nikhil, I see you're also raising your hand there.
I believe what Mr. Chatterton's requesting is to have an opportunity to discuss each applicant. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chatterton, did you want to?
Point of order, Mr. Chair. I rise to a point of order. Discussion would be in order unless it was voted against. Isn't that correct?
Right. If we are to move right to the vote, we would have to call the question. If there's people that wish to discuss, I assume there might be.
Okay.
I will if others do not.
I see what you're the point you're trying to make now.
Sorry for the
just had to get there with your where you were trying to go on that. So the first nomination would be for then Ms. Cowart there. So you could speak to that either way and then call the question. I see Mr. Nana. Then Ford, then Chatterton in the order I see.
I do believe Chatterton was first.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Yeah. Let Mr. Chatterton go first, and honestly, I can go last.
All right, his hand dropped, so sorry for the confusion there. Mr. Chatterton, go ahead.
No worries. So I believe you mentioned we're going to consider Ms. Cowart's appointment. So with regard to that, I wanted to basically raise the concern regarding our EPCC and FSC committees and their both very important roles and powerful responsibilities with regard to considering actions of the board. And I generally feel that given that both of those committees have elements in their definitions that allow those committees to have some degree of oversight or I guess veto power potentially over actions of the board, that I don't think it is appropriate for any individuals to sit on both of those committees. I don't have any particular objection to Ms. Cowart, and I would basically say the same for any individual that was seeking to be on both of those. And I would generally ask that the board consider, given the scope of those committees and their important roles that they each serve, that we would ask individuals to seek only to serve on one of those. Obviously, I know there's no enforceable mechanism to that, but I think it would be a good best practice and best diligence to consider for governance of the party. Thank you very much. And again, nothing personal against Ms. Cowart in any way with those comments.
Mr. Ford, I see your hand raised next.
Yeah, I just want to make it very clear that all the individuals running tonight for a variety of committee slots are highly competent and I think are honorable people. I just worry that we've got, first of all, we've got so many committees to oversight an incredibly small organization. That's frustrating to me. I have to say that. But at the same token, any one individual, including myself, who would seek more than one position on those committees, we've got a large board, and we've got a board where folks are not involved in any committees at all. And again, they're all competent. So I'm confused why we shouldn't prevent overlapping memberships. Thank you. So I too would like to ask people to choose one board and serve it well, because both of them are very difficult. I mean, there's the FSC's got responsibilities, the EPCC's got responsibilities, the executive committee's got responsibilities. There's a lot of work for any one of them to be done well. Thank you.
Mr. Martin.
Thank you for recognizing me, Mr. Chair. I share Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Ford's concerns about overlapping roles, and I'm not as concerned about it as Mr. Ford. I think that there's a lot of competent people in the party who can serve in more than one capacity, but a problem arises when one committee will be effectively validating or providing oversight to another with a substantive amount of power. And when that happens, overlapping memberships can become quite problematic because it becomes really hard to keep people accountable. So if the point of these committees is to provide accountability and oversight and all of the standards, high standards that we want to keep, we send a terrible message by even if they're great people, by stocking them with the same small handful of people. And so I really object to that. And Mr. Secretary, for the record, if it's all right, I'd like to record an objection. I didn't want to slow us down while we were moving on the agenda, but I do have an objection that I'd like to make on the record, that most of the items on the agenda today present some kind of problem that could present legal issues and liability. And I'm extremely concerned about that. But it's I don't want that to be like, I didn't want to make us
You're not in order right now, Mr. Martin. That's not speaking to the item at hand. That would be in order later.
Very well. On these appointments, I would like to see us have a little more participation from the broader membership. There's a lot of room for people to participate, and there's no need to have these kind of backroom. The deal is done before it gets here. And I think most of the folks in the audience can tell that we're not voting based on the merits of each candidate, but on trying to do power struggles on the board. And I'm trying to stop that, and yield.
That's uncalled for.
Mr. Bowler.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I understand Mr. Martin's hesitance in regards to these committees and the consolidation of power. I think he does make some interesting points. I would say that from my understanding, though, it's very difficult to actually find people to fill all of these different committees. And you'd think with how large this organization is, it would be fairly simple. But it's not just finding a person to fill it. You also have to find someone who is qualified. And I believe both of these candidates have the experience and skills necessary to actually do well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowler. Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I like to echo concerns raised by Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Ford, and Mr. Martin. Again, this is not a personal, I don't have any personal issues with any of the candidates, but I do think, first of all, I don't think the FSC should exist, honestly. I think most of that role can be consolidated into the audit committee in some way. And I think the point that Mr. Bowler raised is valid about not being able to find enough people to fill all of these committees. And perhaps that means we should not have as many committees as we have. But again, Ms. Cowart has been a pleasant addition to the EPCC. This is not nothing personal against her as a person or anything like that, or as a candidate for this role. Again, I just think, and I think we should also recognize that Ms. Yanuskavich, I think, saw this potential conflict when she was on the audit committee and stepped away from that to join the FSC, but again, was also on the EPCC along with Mr. Malagon on both committees. I just see that as a potential issue. But again, I think my main concern is that this committee should probably just be rolled into the audit committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Ms. Cowart.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone has an understanding of what the FSC does versus what the EPCC does. So there is no overlap between those two committees. The EPCC is dealing with staff and contractor things specifically. If you look in the verbiage of the policy manual, the FSC specifically says it handles things that are not handled by the EPCC. So while you're right, Ms. Yanuskavich did withdraw from the audit committee because she felt like there was going to be a conflict of interest if she was serving on the FSC and audit committee. I truly don't understand the concern between having someone serve on the EPCC and the FSC because they are dealing with two totally separate things. One is contracts related to personnel. The other is related to financial things that are kind of outside of that. Neither one of those committees have veto power over the LNC, and then there's also the executive committee that has the power to do things as well. So I hear what you guys are saying, but I'm just not. I'm truly just not understanding what the concern is.
Mr. Nick.
That was all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to speak to Ms. Cowart's acumen on both committees. Number one, Ms. Cowart does have experience that makes her uniquely qualified for EPCC, as well as a financial acumen, which I think makes her well qualified for the FSC. Both committees require accountability. They have responsibility. These are important committees, and finding the right pick is not easy, but I think we have two very well qualified candidates who I personally trust to take on those duties. I can't speak highly enough of either one of these candidates. Mr. Nebel is a CA. I'll say this. We do have a lot of committees, but I'll say this. Finding LNC members who are interested in serving on committees can be a tough job. We do need an LNC member for the candidate support committee. I've been begged by the chair for a while trying to get some folks. I know that we did have some turnover there for righteous reasons, but we do need some new bodies on there to help out. It's a very important committee. So I say that to say that it isn't always so simple finding the right people, and I think we've got some good picks. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Watkins again.
I just have a question. What is there anything urgent that the FSC needs to consider, or what would be the consequences for not filling these committees right now? Is there any long-term effects, any short-term issues? What purpose is this committee serving overall? Thanks.
Let me see.
Ms. Cowart raised her hand.
Yes, Ms. Cowart?
Yeah, and with the FSC, I would say probably the one of the most urgent things is going to be some of the convention committee expenditures. So Pat and team are doing a bang up job getting things squared away with the convention. I'm sure that they're going to need to start making some expenditures in the near future. So having the FSC stood up, having us have access to the bank accounts, having a full understanding of our financial standing is going to be critical for us to be able to review and approve those convention committee things. So that I would say that would probably be the near term thing. Again, that's completely separate, Mr. Watkins, from what you and I and Mr. Bost are doing in the EPCC. But I would say probably the convention expenditures are probably going to be the near term things that we'll need to tackle.
Okay, and I have a follow-up question to that, if I could. What of the things that you've mentioned could the treasurer not handle himself?
Well, the treasurer is already a member of the FSC, so this would be the treasurer, and then Mr. Nebel and myself, or assuming that we would be elected, would be in addition to. So the treasurer is de facto a member of the FSC. Also joining those meetings, of course, are Mr. Chair Kayla, and then our executive director, Ms. Kennedy. So that they would be ex officio members. So Mr. Redpath would be right there with us, looking at those expenditures, looking at QuickBooks and our bank accounts at Truist, et cetera, helping make those decisions. So it would just be done via committee. And then if for some reason Mr. Redpath isn't available, we have the committee can move forward with assistance from Ms. Kennedy.
Okay, thank you. So this would
Thank you.
mainly just be an
I
advisory?
noticed this is going back and forth. We are at time already. That would have been time for both questions.
Point of information. So this would just be an advisory role to the treasurer. Is that correct? Based on the language in the policy manual?
Is that back to me? Sorry.
It's to whoever. It's to whoever. It doesn't have to be to you.
Yeah, no, and this is really kind of coming out of our auditor. So I mean, our auditor recommended a review of our expenditures on a monthly or quarterly basis. So that it's kind of something that's coming out of the audit as well. But yes, it is advisory. The entire committee does have the ability to approve those expenditures. I believe it was in excess of like $600. I'm sorry, I don't have the policy manual right in front of me. I apologize, guys. But yeah, so that would be basically the approval of the expenditures in excess of that dollar amount in partnership with Mr. Redpath.
Okay, so we have the treasurer, we have the assistant treasurer, and the FSC.
Can we stop going back and forth, please? Thank you. What was that, Mrs. Secretary?
That was what I was going to ask you to do.
Well, I was sorry.
I just had to. It's not like a physical meeting where I can just butt in and say, "Please stop going back and forth here" as easily. So yes, you need to get back in line for questions. We are out of time, anyways. So this item would need.
I believe it. I'm going to motion to add 10 more minutes. To the conversation.
Objection.
Motion seconded.
Point of information.
What is the point of information?
Are we talking time for Mr. or Ms. Cowart's election or for the entire procedure?
I believe it would be the entire procedure.
Well, speaking to my motion right now, for the sake of argument, I'll say to the entire procedure.
Okay, so 10
although
minutes
if we want to defer this to another, we have to add time anyway. So,
Mr. Vice Chair, point of order. It would actually proceed to a vote for both questions because it was a divided question. So it ends the rest of the debate because their time has expired. but you
Yeah.
still move to the action, which is the vote.
Yes.
And I'm going to object because I
Point
have
of
a hand
order, we had a motion made to extend time.
Which
that
was after
seconded.
time was called.
There was no orders of the day issued, which is the only condition upon which that would take effect as you described, I believe.
By the acting chair calling time,
Yes.
that moves to the question at the table. So,
There was the motion seconded to extend time.
which was after time had been called. You know what, Mr. Vice Chair, let him have the motion to call it to extend time.
That is what I was going to do. It's going to be quicker just to have the motion go forward for a vote. It has been objected to. Can I have all those please lower hands at this time? We'll just use the hand raising as an indicator here.
Point of privilege for election, or I'm sorry, this is just for the time. I apologize and withdraw my motion.
Okay. This is just for time. All right. All those in favor extending time, please raise your hands. Mr. Secretary, if you could tell me how many votes you see in favor of extending time.
I count 9 in favor.
Okay. All those opposed, please raise your hands.
Hold on, wait. Wait for everybody to put their hands down.
That's good. Thank you. Everybody lower your hands, then I'll call it again. I see Mr. Ford figuring it out. Oh, hit it twice. There we go. All right. All those opposed.
It's not letting me lower my hand, but I'm opposed. I'm not opposed.
Your hand is down, Mr. Martin.
So looks like motion passes to extend time.
Point of order. A motion to extend requires 2/3.
2/3.
Oh, 2/3.
Yes.
My mistake. I was
It does?
not.
Point of order,
Mr.
it does.
Vice,
It most certainly does.
Okay.
Mr. Vice Chair, can we take a recorded vote? Like a tallied vote?
A tallied vote. Does this need
I guess I'm unclear where votes are because I came up with a different number, so.
Yeah, apparently
And if we need,
people are seeing hands up that I'm not seeing hands up.
so it'd probably be best to go roll.
We will not use the hands up function then. Thank you very much for that notification. Just to be clear, Mr. Secretary.
Point of information again, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Bose.
To confirm, if this fails, there will be no discussion on Mr. Nebel's vote.
That's correct.
That is correct.
I believe I have this correct. Mr. Ford moved to extend time 10 minutes on motion 1. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
I'm going to skip you, Mr. Vice Chair. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Vice Chair, would you like to vote?
Please skip me for now.
Thank you. Mr. Dassing.
Yeah.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Miss Hollisey.
No.
Mr. Nebel.
Yes, extend.
Mr. Martin.
Yes, extend the time.
Mr. McGee.
No.
I am voting no. Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Dar,
I don't believe my vote will make a change in this one.
so you abstain?
Yeah, I abstain.
Okay. So I have 9 yes, 6 no, 2 abstentions.
Thank you very much. That means we go directly to a vote.
Pardon me, doesn't it mean we extended time?
It's 2/3.
It's 2/3.
Is that correct?
Yes.
It is correct.
I don't remember it being 2/3.
I don't remember it being 2/3 in the past. Can we get a citation on that? Point of parliamentary inquiry. What is the threshold
Objection.
to extend
Object
time?
to any, it's 2/3. It's always been 2/3, period.
Because it is amending the agenda.
Can we get that in
I
a
can
point
give
of
a
parliamentary
citation.
inquiry?
I can give a citation. It is Ronner 15.5, and it is number 7. Requires a 2/3 vote because it suspends the rules and because limiting debate takes away the basic rights of all members to full discussion and may restrict a minority's right to present its case.
That's a motion to stop debate, not a motion to extend time.
It says the subsidiary motion to limit or extend limits of debate, 15.5.
Is there any way we can get an opinion on that?
That is my ruling. Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. Well, we will now go to a vote for Ms. Cowart.
Mr. Bowler,
Aye.
Mr. Bost,
Pass.
Mr. Chatterton,
I will vote no, for the reasons I raised in my discussion.
Mr. Mr. Dar,
I'll pass.
Mr. Dassing,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Hollisey,
Yes.
Mr. Nebel,
Aye.
Mr. Martin,
Pass.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I will vote yes. Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Watkins,
I'll also abstain.
Mr. Nikela.
I vote aye.
Coming back to the passes, Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Dar,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Martin,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 11 yes, 2 no, and 4 abstentions.
Motion passes. Will you prepare the next ballot then?
And I see Mr. Bracco is here. I will update my roll. Mr. Bowler,
Aye.
Mr. Bost,
No.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Pass.
Mr. Dassing,
No.
Mr. Ford,
I'll pass.
Ms. Hollisey,
Yes.
Mr. Neville,
Aye.
Mr. Martin,
Pass.
Mr. McGee,
Aye.
I will vote yes. Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
No.
Mr. Watkins,
No.
Mr. Nikela,
Aye.
Mr. Dar,
I will abstain.
Mr. Ford,
I'll abstain.
and Mr. Martin.
I object to this absurd process. We should have been allowed to talk about this absurd conflict of interest. This
Point
is
of
wrong.
order.
I ask the member
Come
be
to order.
brought to order, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Martin, you have been muted. It is. I will now unmute you for your vote.
I'm going to abstain because this is going to expose us to liability. How dare you cut off debate this way? It's wrong.
Mr. Vice Chair, the vote is 9 yes, 5 no, 3 abstentions.
Motion passes.
Mr. Dar, point of order, please.
Yes, Mr. Bose.
Was that the appropriate time to play a mute?
When somebody is out of order, normally I would gavel and try to stop it. And if it was in a meeting, I just wanted to mute for a moment to tell him to basically come to order there, then ask him to unmute to come to a vote.
Also, point of order. A vote is not the appropriate time for debate.
That is correct. Mr. Ford, I see your hand wishing to be recognized.
Yes, a point of personal privilege, if that's the right way to do it. I'd just like to make this point because outside of the debate, because it has nothing to do with the prior debate and nothing to do with the individuals. But this board has a longstanding tradition of making sure that every member is a part of a significant working committee. We seem to have forgotten that. And I think it's time for everyone on this board to step up and engage responsibly in a serious working committee. A failure to do so renders this board just nothing more than a bully pulpit and a platform for people's individual beliefs. That's not the purpose of this board. So I would ask that the folks who run this party, which is ostensibly us, review that and remedy that. Thank you.
Anyways, the next item of business I see was the motion to have Mr. Chatterton speak, I believe was next, Mrs. Secretary.
I just want to say, it comes dangerously close to you saying Mrs. Secretary every time.
Old habits die hard. I'm sorry.
But yes, that is the next item on the agenda. Mr. Vice Chair is recognizing Mr. Chatterton for 15 minutes to speak to his report that he sent to the board.
Thank you. Now recognize Mr. Chatterton.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for helping to put this time on the agenda. I appreciate it. I wanted to raise the concerns raised in this report. This report was something that I put together back in June. It was coming from the meeting in which we considered the adoption, I believe it was on June 9th, of the SIC report and the original adoption of the original basis for the motions that we're here to consider tonight, remaining on our agenda. And I believe that the considerations raised within the report to the region here that's based upon my concerns about the SIC report is very much relevant to consideration of our resolutions tonight, because the resolutions tonight are both basically acting upon the findings of the report, and therefore I think the consideration of the merits of the report is fundamental to consider the merits of these resolutions. So basically this report is a summary of items that I had documented in my initial read through of the SIC report that I saw in many cases, I think, as even self-contradictions within the report, and otherwise unsupported claims and conclusions throughout of it. And I attempted to raise many of these items in that meeting and was not allowed time to consider that given the length of the report. It would have taken a substantial amount of time, obviously, and hence my request to consider these tonight. So the report that I sent to the LNC, and I believe is available to observers, mentions several key points. I think I'll try to just go through them quickly for an overview, and I can answer any questions with that. So I raised several main categories: procedural deficiencies and incomplete evidence, unsubstantiated claims and policy misinterpretations, and institutional failures that have been misattributed. Within each of those categories, the first one, the procedural deficiencies, I felt that at the time it was insufficient raising this report with only 1 day's notice, basically, even though the original motion cited to consider it. We require full text of our motions to be provided with 5 days notice. And especially for a 100-page report, I felt that that was a insufficient time window, that the actual document itself was only provided, I think on a Saturday morning, or something to that effect, before the Sunday evening meeting to consider that adoption. The report opens up mentioning that several key figures did not participate, and that lack of participation would not bias the report findings. However, as I'll elaborate throughout, I found several instances where cases with missing information due to that non-participation was presented in a manner that seemed to jump to the most incriminating conclusion. There's additionally unsubstantiated metrics throughout. After the report acknowledges that calls were in fact made by Freedom Calls that were entered into our Kixie system, it lost any ability, I would say, to claim that the money was just taken and work not done. So it went to attack the quality of that work. However, the claims, I believe, are very well insubstantiated. It pulls examples from a couple of non-political calling firms, if I recall, and presents those as baselines for the number of calls, the return on calls of fundraising, and things like that. And it doesn't take into account several different aspects that make political fundraising unique. It also does not account for links that were shared through that system that don't track donations or have that tied in any way to the calling, and then presents that as minimally raising money without demonstrating that it had a thorough assessment of the funds brought in. And as I mentioned prior, the inadequate review and discussion process, I think I touched on that already, so I won't spend a whole lot more time. Moving on to the unsubstantiated claims concerns, referring about the Freedom Calls transactions. It mentions in the findings at the very introduction of the report about demonstrated intent to include those transactions for approximately a year. I did not see any substantiation of the claim showing that it was intended to include that long. Ms. McCardle was documented approving a few of the transactions at the beginning and then not for the vast majority of those. As it continued, it was approved elsewhere. And furthermore, the budget was voted on by the executive committee and then adopted by the LNC. And I believe from my records, Ms. McCardle abstained from both of those votes. So there's not anything compelling to demonstrate the intent to push that through into the budget presented in that report. There's record in the report finding 2.6 about an incomplete W-9 form. I believe the report presents that as evidence of concealment and specifically makes that conclusion. Although later in the report, it says that the documentation that was found may be completely legitimate if a certain other form was filed and they didn't have information as to whether that form was filed. That appears to be a direct contradiction between the documentation in the body of the report and the conclusion presented in the summary at the beginning of the document. So that is one of the examples I referred to where I believe there is an attribution of a malicious intent of hiding identities that is not demonstrated in the report research. Finding 4F, that it used resources for caucus-related calls. I don't believe that those claims were substantiated in the report. Then citing claims about website professionalism, specifically cites that registration data does not show certain elements that I believe are very standard practice to be concealed on sites when you purchase. It's even a bundled factor that specifically hides that information. And having registered sites in the past that I didn't use it, it's for very good reason that I believe that those type of protection measures with website registrations are very standard, and I think that was misattributed as a malicious action intended to hide details about the company. The report also attributes payments made from the Kennedy Victory Fund to swing vote strategists as a conflict, according to the provisions in the policy manual that specifies items of doing business with the party have to be disclosed. I don't think that that qualifies in that category. Actions that were done that were outside of the normal party responsibilities paid by the Victory Fund, I don't think would fall under that. And there's nothing that demonstrates things were arranged in advance to justify a claim for conflict there that I can see. The Rescue the Public rally findings specifically noted details about an email that was sent out, and the concerns I had with that are that the email was presented in two waves. The first was an initial draft that was voted 2-2-1 by the APRC with no ultimate finding, and the email was revised. Several feedbacks were given with that 2-2-1 vote, and upon inspecting the email that actually went out and finding that in my personal inbox, the edits that were requested by the APRC after that first review were largely followed and incorporated. And I further found in our policy manual that the chair is authorized to override the APRC's actions. So the claims in the report that this was a lie to the APRC, that it was breaking privilege or breaking policy, I mean, to send that email out, I don't think were substantiated. And I think the second email that went out was within all of our policies and specifically within the recommendations given upon the first vote. Getting close to wrapping up here, and I thank everyone for bearing with me. The report classifies the hiring of a neighbor as a conflict. Our policy manual conflict policy specifically cites legal relatives, domestic partners, or business associates. Neighbors is in no means associated in that category. The institutional failures, now jumping on to the main last category of issues that I raised, that the report claims she bypassed oversight. The report specifically cites that the executive director approved 10 of the 14 transactions, and where it challenged the quality, I think that was in those reports that were approved by the executive director, the payments that were approved. The report then uses those attacks to claim that the transactions were not outside of or not within the interest of the LNC. And I think the fact that they were approved by an independent entity within the party highly discredits that claim. And the fact that they were approved by an acknowledged independent source who is, by all accounts, an excellent employee of the party, I think undermines the claims that these transactions were damaging to the party's interests. So with the actions that are taken, with the resolutions that were initially adopted and we're considering tonight, when the questions of the merits of some of these elements are in question that I think directly speak to whether or not this report was assembled in the most thorough investigation and is a good presentation of things, I think, in question. I don't think we should be moving forward on continuing such things until these matters are thoroughly addressed and that we are confident that we can be sure we're acting on a strong basis for the potential legal consequences that may come with the matters of business before us. So thank you for obliging the long presentation there, and I'd be happy to answer any questions if people have them.
A little over 3 minutes left. Mr. Buller.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I actually find some of the points that you made, Mr. Chatterton, reasonable. I mean, I think that having a 100-ish page report released that soon, you're correct. I don't think that is a mark of great governance there. It's been about 2.5 months since that at this point, so I hope that everyone has had a chance to. It took me about 2.5 hours to read it, so 2.5 months seems like it would be enough time at this point. So that should be resolved. And then the only other thing I wanted to bring up was the who is point that you had made. So when I read the report, I didn't see any indication that they were referring to the who is. And I know that you had said that in your report, you were saying that, let me pull it up real quick, that you thought that that's what they may be referring to. I'm just wondering where that came from, because I always try to interpret things very charitably. And there wasn't really anything in the original report that would indicate that they were talking about who is privacy. And it was more about the contact information on the actual site itself. Can you help me?
I believe that, so I included in my report a reference to page 30 of the SIC that was talking about that. I believe there were specific references to registration data, which is, I think, specifically what the whois elements refer to, but I haven't looked at the whole document since working on it at that time early in June, so my memory's a little bit
Gotcha.
fuzzy from that.
From my reading of it, I think it was more dig data, just the registration of the domain itself, not the contact information involved with it.
Could we consider a motion to extend time for the questions that are raised potentially, since we're almost out, I think?
Yes, that is previous to that. How much time are you wishing to extend by?
I see at least 4 hands raised, 3 now, so maybe 10 minutes to give a couple of minutes person or so.
Okay, a motion has been made by Mr. Chatterton to extend for 10 more minutes.
Second.
I hear a second by Mr. Martin. Is there anyone opposed to that? Okay, we'll extend by 10 more minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Oh, by the way, I yielded, sorry.
All right, if Mr. Martin yielded, then Mr. McKee.
I have not yielded, sir. I'm waiting
No,
to be
Mr. Bowler was saying he was finished with
Oh,
his
he
turn.
was finishing. Okay, I thought it was, sorry, I thought it was you, Mr. Martin. I was looking down to start my timer again. Mr. Martin, then.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chatterton, I have a couple of questions and hopefully you can remember them. Number one is, what kind of legal advice were members of the LNC given prior to these actions? Number two is, in your opinion, did Angela choose to resign or was she forced to resign? Number three is, did you originally work with Adrian, Meredith, and Kathy? Why? What made you change your mind on working with them? And four, did they orchestrate the chair election to stop open nominations and keep the party in the dark on purpose, in your opinion?
That was a lot.
Number one was, what kind of legal advice were members of the LNC given prior to these actions?
Maybe something best followed up offline for their legal nature.
I'll yield that question. In your opinion, did Angela choose to resign or was she forced?
I believe she was forced.
Okay, number 3, did you originally work with Adrian, Meredith, and Kathy?
We were members of the LNC together and worked together in that capacity.
Did you work with them at the point of the transfer when things were going right before Angela's resignation? Were you in a private group with them?
Yes, I was. At
What
that
made you-
time, I was in that group in discussions leading up to the chair election. I was
What
thrown
made you
out of
change
those
your mind?
communications after raising concerns about the objectivity of the business that was being conducted in those discussions, and made known to those involved that I was uncomfortable with the nature of discussion, and that if concerns were not answered, I would be bringing those concerns to a wider audience, notably the Region 1 leadership. And,
Can you characterize any of those concerns without jeopardizing confidentiality?
I noticed a pattern of behavior that was presenting a lot of unsubstantiated assertions that certain individuals could not be considered for the chair election, and then when pressed on those matters, that they would back off on such assertions and yeah, I'll leave it at that for now.
Thank you. The final question on that series was, did they orchestrate the chair election to keep open nominations out and the party in the dark? In your opinion?
I believe so.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterton. I yield.
Mr. McGee.
All right. Well, I'm not going to drone on about too terribly much, but I will hit a few, really more of a couple points. Number one, the Special Investigatory Committee was not a grand jury, and so Angela and others' non-cooperation, while not evidence of wrongdoing, the committee is allowed to draw a negative inference from that. So the complaint there honestly falls on deaf ears, at least in my opinion. As for insufficient oversight, at the time that the payments for Freedom Calls started, Ms. McCardle was both the chair and the executive director. So misattribution is a strong word in this context, because with the power of the chair and the executive director in the same hands, effectively, you have the power to slip whatever you want into the budget without notifying the treasurer. So, I mean, there wouldn't be any reason for the new executive director, Ms. Kennedy, who is amazing, or Mr. Redpath to have any reason to think that this budget line item was in any way out of order. And that's really the problem here. And that's why the FSC was created in the first place, and why there were amendments adopted in Grand Rapids to address this matter. So there's certainly a large amount of failure that points in one direction. So, I mean, and as for being forced out, that's not certainly in Ms. McCardle's affidavit to the court. That is not what she said. So, you know, people are allowed to believe what they want to believe, but I'll take the affidavit over someone's personal opinion. Thank you. I yield.
Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, I will also actually be fast. With the who is information, it was a long report, so I could be forgetting part of it. But I believe the issue wasn't with the registration of the domain so much as the registration of the LLC, and that part was obfuscated. So I think at least part of the complaint wasn't that they use a who is service that anonymizes you, which is fairly standard. It was that it appeared that people went out of the way to not make it known who owned the organization.
Mr. Nana.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute. Just, I guess this is a point of inquiry, maybe for Mr. Chatterton. Is the goal of is the ultimate action to be contemplated at the end of this item a acceptance of the report that you made? I guess I'm just confused as to where we're headed.
No, I'm not seeking anything to be adopted. I raised these concerns as consideration for the two resolutions that will be next before us on the agenda. It is my belief that we should not be considering those at this time, and that I also had provided some information to the LNC internally before this meeting that I think we need to strongly consider before additional steps are taken.
Just purely a discussion item. Got it.
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes, I just would like to echo Mr. McGee's statements. I think Chatterton made the point that there were some institutional failures with bad oversight, and I think that legitimizes the FSC that we had just voted on earlier. As a person who has made many websites, when I looked at the freedomcalls.net website, so I call them either brochure websites, because they have all the information in a brochure. You've got a business card, which still has some contact information. And that website didn't have any of those things. The closest thing that I could see that being is similar to like a startup who doesn't actually have the product. Maybe it's a new software product that they're trying to get, and they just have a little, subscription. Subscribe here for more, be on the adopters list or whatever. And so that's why I kind of got more of the vibe that it is not really there to provide contact information to actually provide a business that's in ongoing, but more of a like, hey, just throwing something up as like a splash page. That being said, one other thing I want to mention is after reading the report, there were certainly moments where I feel like it could have been more professional. It looked like it was using rhetorical zingers to take pot shots at Miss McCardle. And so I think, we're better than that. And so the report does have its issues. That being said, I think the totality of circumstances that it talks about are enough for us to reason off of. Thank you.
Thank you. I do not see any other hands raised.
Could I actually rise to a point of order? I think that the reason why these motions were voided for lack of notice also applies to the SIC report itself, which was not provided to members until 24 hours before the 94-page report was supposed to be adopted, depriving us of an opportunity to do due diligence on the claims therein contained. It's out of order to vote on these motions when that problem still is presented before the committee. And Mr. Chair, I would like you to rule that the SIC's adoption was also out of order. I can make a more detailed argument if you want, but I don't want to waste everyone's time. But there is a extremely good argument, more than one, for why this should be before us as well.
This is just a statement. It's a report written by Mr. Chatterton here. There was no motion attached. I am not ruling it the way that you wish, Mr. Martin. Mr. Watkins.
I believe what I have to say. I don't know if it may be more relevant to the actual items that we will be taking action on rather than Mr. Chatterton's. Could go either way, but I think we can move on, but I'd like to be first in line for that, I guess.
Excellent. Leave your hand up because we're out of time anyway, so we'll be moving on to the first item there, Resolution 1, Resolution 1 Fitness. Mr. Nikela, would you like to make that motion?
believe the chair might be muted.
I
Good call. My
kind of like
bad.
it better this way.
My bad. Yes, resolution one, I move it states, whereas the Special Investigatory Committee has found that former chair Angela McArdle engaged in actions that, in the LNC's view, violated fiduciary duties to the Libertarian Party, including concealing conflicts of interest and misusing donor funds. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Libertarian National Committee censures Angela McArdle for conduct in violation of the fiduciary duties and ethical standards expected of party leaders. Be it further resolved that the Libertarian National Committee expresses its opinion that Angela McArdle's conduct, as detailed in the Special Investigatory Committee report, reflects behavior inconsistent with the standards expected of those serving in leadership roles of the Libertarian Party or as candidate representing it. That is my motion. Is there a second?
Is there a
Second.
second? Okay, thank you.
Second.
I object to
Motion.
the consideration of the question because I believe it will get us sued. I believe that it also is out of order because the predicate on which it's based is voidable. Also, I would note that multiple members have conflicts of interest for which they have not recused themselves that are of an extremely substantial nature. Therefore, I'm objecting to the consideration of this question.
Hold please so that I can type all of this out.
Sir,
Objecting to consideration.
I'd rather us not get sued, sir.
Mr. Chair, I believe that proceeds directly to a vote.
Yes, it needs a second and then would need to go to a vote.
A second.
Mr. Chatterton is seconding. Mr. McMahon, let me know when you have that written down.
I'm recording the entire objection, which was Martin objects to consideration on motion due to legal matters, conflicts of interest.
Point of
And what
information.
else? What else, Mr. Martin?
That the predicate of the motions is voidable for the same reasons the previous iterations of these motions were voided, and that it violates core principles. Innocent until proven guilty, folks. It's a necessary.
I don't believe core
We gotta do it
principles is a
right.
legitimate objection.
I believe it is, and I'd like to.
No, I mean,
be
I
on
don't
record.
believe that in Roberts it's a legitimate objection.
But I believe, according to our policy manual and our bylaws, it may be, and I'd like the judicial committee to be able
I'll
to.
just put it in there for you, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I appreciate you.
Also, point of
faulty notice. Okay, so legal matters, conflicts of interest, faulty notice. There were two more things that you had.
Voidability of the predicate.
Faulty notice.
And violations of core principles.
Right.
And you got conflicts, of course, right?
Yep. Okay, I'm ready, Mr. Vice Chair.
All right. This type of motion is non-debatable, so we'll move directly to a vote.
Mr. Chair, it's point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, Mr. Nana.
Objection of a main motion does require 2/3 to be sustained, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second while I prepare a ballot for this, if you would, sir.
While he does that, can I make a parliamentary inquiry?
Mr. Bowler, go ahead.
Yeah, so my parliamentary inquiry is, does service on the Special Investigatory Committee by itself constitute a personal or pecuniary conflict requiring recusal under our rules?
It is my understanding it does not.
Thank you.
Point of parliamentary inquiry, the code of conduct reinforces the existing conflict of interest provision in our bylaws. It would make actions voidable if the conflicted votes made the difference, wouldn't it?
It would have to be determined if those are conflicted votes to begin with. I'm not going into that deep into the hypothetical at this time.
But hypothetically, if they were, then it would be voidable. That's the inquiry.
I don't have a parliamentarian on hand to further on that.
Jacobs in the house. Can we get him to weigh in on this? I don't think, to be clear, I don't think we can force people not to vote, and I don't think anyone's suggesting that, but I think it's important people vote with the full knowledge of what they're doing and the potential consequences of ignoring a conflict of interest.
Anything can potentially be avoided later, sure, but
is the chair asking?
my understanding in this instance. Yes, Mr. Jacobs, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, in my opinion, it does not constitute a conflict of interest. The law, this tends to be very, very tight in this, and just the fact that the members have served on this committee, first of all, it is not something where it would be a matter of personal interest because there are a group of you who served on this committee. Secondly, it would not, I don't believe that it would be a matter of pecuniary interest in any matter. So I believe that they would not be required to abstain. Even under Robert, they would still not be required to abstain. But they may choose to abstain if they so desire.
Understood. Thank you very much, Mr.
I'm
Jacobs.
ready with the roll.
All right. Let us move to a vote.
Mr. Bowler.
Abstains the objection. I'm so sorry. Just want to be clear.
Yeah, this is on the objection to consideration. No.
Mr. Bost.
No.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, I object to the question.
Vice Chair Dar.
I will abstain.
Mr. Dassing.
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Could you, for my benefit, read the what we're voting on one more time, please?
It's Mr. Martin objects to consideration on the motion due to legal matters, conflicts of interest, faulty notice, and as violations of core principles.
I'm going to pass for a moment. Thank you.
Ms. Halsey.
No.
Mr. Neville.
No.
Mr. Martin.
Yes, I object.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I vote no. Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vincent.
No.
Mr. Watkins.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nicola.
No.
Mr. Ford.
You got
I'll
that last
abstain
one
as
on
well.
got that last one on the wrong line, Mr. Nana. There we go.
Mr. Ford.
Point of order. Mr. Watkins abstained.
Okay, I'm sorry. I deleted the wrong one. Thank you. Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain as well.
Mr. Chair, the total is 2 yes, 11 no, 4 abstentions.
Thank you. So the vote does not pass. We will go back to the main motion here. I see first in line, Mr. Watkins. You now have your opportunity to speak. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, point out to, this whole thing that we're addressing, the whole reason for this meeting tonight. I just want to bring us back a little bit to when we were considering the removal of the former secretary, that we spent at least 3, maybe closer to 4 hours discussing the report relative to that, for whether or not we believed that she was unfit to perform her duties in her role. And we did not spend nearly that amount of time for something that this report is incoherently and vaguely suggesting is potentially criminal. And it seems like this whole meeting is just an attempt to avoid the JC opinion that is pending. I don't know when that is, and admittedly, I haven't really been following it that closely. But it just seems like if we had more time to discuss this as a board, we could go over most of these questions that have been raised now, instead of having a subsequent meeting bringing it up again after we've had some procedural issues with it. We could have just, gotten the report earlier. I understand there were leaks and there was concerns about that. That's fine. I understand that. But still, I think it would be it would have been more responsible for us to have more time to digest this and then come together and either review it again, or discuss the implications of it. We don't know what those would be. I don't think we still do, and I really don't think we've been addressing that thoroughly, even still. So I really think it's best that we take more time to discuss this, probably in executive session. I really don't want to do it tonight. Maybe again. But if we had had more time initially, we would have been able to avoid this entire meeting and probably this whole situation. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Mr. Chatterton.
So I would intend to make this same proposal for the next resolution as well. So as the LNC members are hopefully aware, I sent an email to the LNC and to council with some questions about our some ongoing legal matters that I believe these motions could have an impact on. And unfortunately, due to the timing, it was not reasonable to hope for a response on those matters prior to the meeting. So I will therefore be motioning that we table this motion. I'll do the same for the next until our upcoming meeting on September 7th, that we can have an opportunity to hear advice from our council back on the resolutions on the questions that I raised and potential impact of these resolutions.
Okay, Mr. Chatterton, so you're making a motion to table this until which time was it again?
Until our meeting that is planned for September 7th, to allow time for council to assess and respond on my questions.
And a motion was seconded by Mr. Martin. All right, let's go to a vote on tabling. I'll let Mr. McMahon.
Point of order. This is from Mr. Chatterton's description. This is a motion to postpone to a definite time, isn't it? Because tabling would be within the same meeting.
That is correct. That is a correction of the parliamentary procedure there. It would be postponed to a specific time instead of tabling, is what he was attempting to do.
Thank you. That sounds to be my intent. Absolutely.
Understood your attempt. Thank you very much.
Is this a debatable motion, Mr. Vice Chair?
I'd have to look that up. It's been a little bit.
Mr. Chair, it is debatable, but debate is limited in that it must not go into the merits of the main question any more than is necessary to enable the assembly to decide.
Just found that too. Thank you very much. All right. I see hands raised. Was that for debate after this or debate on this particular item?
Mine is for after.
After.
Okay. I don't see anyone wishing to be recognized for debating on this on this, so we will go to a vote.
I would like to
on the
say one
postpone.
thing really
Okay.
quickly. It has taken a lot of effort, personal time, and expense to get legal counsel that I've gotten so far. And I have heard from counsel, and I'm acting on the advice of counsel, just so you guys are all aware of that. Number one. Number two, Mr. Chowderton is totally right. And in order for us to make an informed decision, we need a little bit of time to be able to talk to lawyers, and they're busy people. They can't just turn on a dime because we called a meeting 7 days out. So these are complex questions. And I think everyone has a responsibility to do their due diligence and actually try to get the correct answer on this from a independent counsel if that's what you feel is necessary. That's what I feel is necessary, and that's why I'm in support of this. I yield.
Or anyone else wishing to be further recognized on this one? Okay.
I had my hand up.
I believe there are a couple people who have their hands up to be recognized on
Okay.
to postpone.
Okay, for postponement. Okay. McGee, was yours for postpone or not?
It was.
Okay, go ahead. I'll recognize you.
I agree that perhaps we do need more time to discuss the SIC report, but I don't think now is the time. So I'm going to go ahead and call the question.
Just a point of information. We need more time, but now is not the time. Like, I'm just trying to understand what you mean.
Not seeing a hand further raised, so
I
the
have my
question
hand
was
up.
called. Well, no,
My hand up. I have my hand up.
a question was called, Mr. Ford. So,
Okay.
Point of order.
Again,
Was there a
Point
second?
of yeah.
There's no second.
Yeah, point of order. It has not been seconded, so technically it would be in order.
I'm trying to call for that before I've been interrupted multiple times. Thank you, gentlemen. Was there a second to the call to question?
A point of information here. How much time do we have left on this item?
We have 2 minutes left.
I second calling this question.
All right, the question's been called and second has been made to call the question. Evan, I'm putting you to work today.
Or silencing.
Is that McGee that called the question?
Yes, sir.
That is correct.
Can the secretary note for the record that he called the question because he believed we needed more time? I'd appreciate it.
Will not. Called the question on, excuse me. Mr. Bowler,
Aye.
Mr. Bost.
All right, this is just to call the question to get to the question.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
Abstain.
Mr. Dar,
Abstain.
Mr. Dassing,
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
I've never served on an LNC which uses calling the question to suppress debate before. I'll pass.
Ms. Halsey,
Yes.
Just checking with Adrian.
Ha.
Mr. Chair, I believe that was inappropriate. Mr. Neville,
Abstain.
Mr. Martin,
Yes. I'm sorry. No, my bad. I just lost my train of thought there, guys. Sorry.
I did hesitate for a second for you, Mr. Martin. I didn't think that was a correct vote. Mr. McGee,
Aye.
I'm going to vote yes. Mr. Nana, Mr. Nana,
Just-
Mr. Hirsch. I'm sorry.
I had just put it back in the room, and it looks like you might have fallen out again.
They got
Mr.
it.
Hirsch. I'm going to do this for him for now. Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Abstain.
Mr. Watkins,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nikela,
Abstain.
Mr. Ford,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nana,
Yeah, sorry, I was on an elevator. I vote yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 8 yes, 1 no, 8 abstentions.
All right, so the question has been called. It doesn't really matter. We're out of time anyways.
Mr. Chair, point of
Yes.
personal privilege.
Yes.
I have not spoken with Adrian in weeks. So whoever said that nasty comment needs to take it back.
I'll apologize for that. That was me. Out of frustration. My sincere apologies.
Thank you.
Thank you for that positive interaction of calming the waters.
Move to postpone this to the September 7th, 2025 LNC special monthly meeting made by Mr. Chatterton. And this is where we're at, Mr. Chair.
That is correct.
Mr. Bowler,
No.
Mr. Bost,
Yes to postpone.
Mr. Chatterton,
Yes.
Mr. Dar,
Pass.
Mr. Dassing,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Halsey,
No.
Mr. Neville,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
No.
I will vote no. Mr. Nana,
No.
Mr. Redpath,
No.
Mr. Thompson,
I'm sorry, I'm still checking with Adrian. No.
Mr. Benson,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
That was good, Mr. Thompson. I vote yes.
Mr. Nikela,
No.
Mr. Dar,
I will vote no.
The vote is 8 yes, 9 no.
Motion does not pass. We are now at the main motion.
Do we still have time on this?
We're out of time, so we're just running through the votes because we ran out of time without an extension.
Moving to a vote, correct, Mr. Chair?
That is correct.
Point
Mr.
of
Bo-
personal privilege. Should members just expect to just not have debates on really important stuff? We're just not going to talk about it. Not going to talk to each other outside the meeting. We're not going to do this whole thing. We just should
This
come
is out of
prepared to just
order.
have vote after vote, right?
This is
Because
out of order.
I was prepared to talk about it.
All right, thank you for coming back to order. Yes, back to the vote.
Will you rule on the point, please?
I was not clear on which point you were trying to make there. I heard a debate. I did not hear a point.
I'll let it go.
Thank you.
I think it's incredibly irresponsible for people to vote on this tonight without hearing legal advice on the questions that have been raised to everybody.
Mr. Bowler,
Aye.
Mr. Bost,
No.
Mr. Chatterton,
I'll vote no.
Mr. Dar,
Pass.
Mr. Dassing,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Pass.
Ms. Halsey,
Yes.
Mr. Neville,
Aye.
Mr. Martin,
Pass.
Mr. McGee,
I'm sorry, I'm still checking with Adrian. Oh, I know, yes.
Obviously. Oh, I'm not muted. Sorry.
Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes, again.
Mr. Vincent,
No.
Mr. Watkins,
No.
Mr. Nikela,
Aye.
Mr. Dar,
I vote yes.
Mr. Ford,
I'm sorry, somebody in the board's berating me via text right now.
Adrian.
No, it's not Adrian.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ford, what's your vote?
Excuse me, I'm getting berated by text. Jesus, at week after week. Week after week. I'm asked to ignore legal principles. I know I'm out of order. I apologize. I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Martin,
I believe this could get us in serious trouble. I don't even know if I can participate in this vote, even to vote no. For legal reasons and for liability avoidance reasons, I'm going to abstain and advise that members change their votes, because after this, you can't turn back.
thank you, Mr. Martin. The votes are 10 yes, 5 no, and 2 abstentions.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I second.
Objection.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn and objected to. Once again,
Who made the motion?
That was me.
Mr.
That was me.
Mr. Vincent, okay. I just want to say, as a point of personal privilege, I had all of the motions ready to go and thought that I was great before the meeting started. I didn't realize I was going to have 35 additional ones to do on the fly for every vote.
Welcome to the LNC, buddy.
You thought.
Hey, you used to do hand counts for some of these, so I feel like this is some sort of hazing ritual. Mr. Bowler,
For the move to adjourn, no.
Lazy sister.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
Yes.
Mr. Dar,
No.
Mr. Dassing,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Miss Halsey,
Of course, I'm having so much fun.
so what is your vote?
Yes.
Mr. Nebel,
Abstain.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I will vote no. Mr. Nana.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yep.
Mr. Nikela.
No.
Mr. Nebel. Or no, you abstained. So that is it. It's 8 yeses, 8 noes, and 1 abstention.
Oh, can I change my vote, please? I meant to say no.
Now it's too late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Motion doesn't pass anyway.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Adrian needs to text faster.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, please remain in order. All right, so motion does not pass. We are now back to resolution 2 recovery. Mr. Nikela?
Okay. So I move resolution 2, whereas the Special Investigatory Committee finds that former Chair Angela McArdle financially benefited from her deception of the Libertarian National Committee, be it resolved that the Libertarian National Committee shall explore fundraising and/or pro bono legal counsel to pursue the recovery of funds under any legal procedures available, as outlined in this report and any supplemental reports produced by the Special Investigatory Committee. Do I have a second?
Objection
Second.
to the consideration of the question. We can't even know what they're going to come up with on this, and this is directly affecting our legal strategy. This could actually cost you. You guys don't understand. I can't even say it outside of executive session. What are you doing? Is this for real? Guys, we can't do this.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded.
This will destroy our legal strategy. We should get counsel in here to talk about the implications of what this does.
I'd like to speak to my motion briefly if...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yeah, that was, thank you. Mr. Nikela, please speak to your motion.
Yes, so it is of my opinion and the opinion of the SIC that money went to places it shouldn't have. This authorizes the LNC to seek the recovery of those funds under any legal procedures available. I will say this, the SIC report in itself has been looked over by our general counsel, Mr. Hall. He agrees with at least the structure of the report and everything else. He has not alerted me to anything that could be construed as going against our legal strategy. And I'll say this, I mean, I don't work for Stephen Nikela, I work for the LNC. The LNC is my boss. Everything I do is for the LNC, so I don't have a personal attorney in this case or anything else. I do want to say to colleagues that are interested in discussing the actual SIC report further, it is always something you can do if you'd like to make a motion to have time in a future meeting to discuss the actual SIC report or anything in it, that would be the time. But as it pertains to this motion, this is simply stating that the prior chair did financially benefit, And we could have the option to seek our legal options in order to recover those funds. So that's all I have to say.
Mr. Chatterton, I see you first up in line.
I'm frankly flabbergasted by the brazenness and the irresponsibility I've seen on display tonight in the face of, I believe, very urgent questions that need to be answered by our counsel about the impact of these motions on our ongoing litigation. There is no urgency in these matters that this has to be adopted tonight. And the fact that it has been a consistent pattern over the time since January that this board has consistently used tactics to suppress debate, to prevent raising of opposition, is a disgrace. And I believe several members of this board are not acting in the interest of this party. I will add that I have raised several matters in the introductory section about my region report that has raised substantive issues about the merits of the SIC report, that the responses received in that time were simply focused on a couple of the most superficial elements of those concerns and didn't even attempt to address several substantive issues that have to do with the merits of the allegations and the quality and the thoroughness of the investigation performed by the SIC. So again, I put forth to this body that it is irresponsible to continue with this motion tonight before we hear advice of counsel on the questions that have been raised. And we should consider the motion to postpone this item of business until our September 7th meeting so that we can get advice from counsel on the impacts to our legal strategies before we commit to an action that closes options off from those available pathways. So I motion to postpone until September 7th.
Point of order. Has not objection to the
second.
consideration already been motioned and seconded?
I didn't quite hear you on that point of order, Mr. Johnson.
Hasn't a motion to object to the consideration already been motioned and seconded?
I don't believe
was
it had
that-
a second. I don't believe the motion to object to the question had a second.
You know what? It doesn't require a second when I looked it up here. And I was Mr. Martin, were you clearly making that objection? I wasn't clear.
Absolutely. This
Okay.
is parliamentary.
All right, no
suicide.
objection, no debate, we move to a vote.
All right.
Point of inquiry is that meaning that my motion to postpone was not yet timely? If so, I would just ask to be recognized after this vote to just reintroduce that. I won't speak
Okay.
again to it if that's okay.
You can reintroduce it right after that, Mr. Chatterton. I'm just remedying my misunderstanding there because somebody
Thank you.
asked.
I missed that too. I appreciate it.
Mr. Martin, I'm just asking. It's the same objection for the previous question, yes?
I'll get a little more. Yes, those objections also apply, but there's another one on this one. This one actually directly jeopardizes our legal defense and will cause the party irreparable harm and comes with a hidden price tag that will be tens of thousands of
I'm
dollars.
not writing, Mr. Martin, I don't write all of those things down. So it's what I had previously surmised before was the objection was due to legal matters, conflicts of interest, faulty notice, violation of core principles. Is there something?
Sure, all of that, and specifically with regard to active litigation, can cause irreparable harm.
Mr. Martin, does that work?
Yeah, if you could put the word irreparable before harm, I'd be glad. This is a dire situation.
Spell irreparable for me.
I'm sorry, IRREPARABLE. If I'm wrong, spell check should help you out.
It'll be fine. I can fix it later if it's not. Mr. Bowler,
No.
Mr. Bost,
Pass.
Mr. Chatterton,
Yes.
Mr. Dar,
Pass.
Mr. Dassing,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Pass.
Ms. Hollisey,
No.
Mr. Neville,
No.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
We'll vote no. Mr. Nana,
No.
Mr. Redpath,
No.
Mr. Thompson,
No.
Mr. Vinson, Mr. Vinson,
I believe he stepped out.
Mr. Watkins,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Nikela,
Nay.
Mr. Bost,
Abstain.
Mr. Dar,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Abstain.
Mr. Vinson,
Mr. Vincent stepped out. I don't think he's coming back.
okay. Mr. Chair, the votes are 3 yes, 10 no's, and 3 abstentions.
Motion does not pass. Thank you very much. Mr. Chatterton, I now recognize you for the motion you were trying to make
Thank
just
you.
previous to this.
As mentioned, I won't speak again to it, but my previous points stand and I emphasize them. So my motion is to postpone consideration until the meeting on September 7th to allow time for legal counsel to respond to very significant concerns raised via email to the LNC.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to postpone. Do you need a moment more, Mr. McMahon? Okay.
Is this debatable?
This is debatable, yes.
So you can go ahead and take debate.
Okay,
question.
I was just making sure you didn't have to interrupt to get that correct for him. All
No,
right.
wait, hold on. It was the same motion to postpone, correct?
Yes, same motion.
Okay.
Awesome. Excellent. Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I just want to, I guess, thank Mr. Nikela for conveying that council I guess, agrees with this course. However, I think it would be, I guess, wise to allow the full LNC to be able to address him directly as a group, to discuss this and raise these concerns with him, rather than rely on email and the latency involved in that. I don't get why we can't just postpone it and go into executive session with council and just hash this out and figure out what's best for the organization. I don't know why we have to just cram this through and not have thorough debate and bring this up again. Like, this is the second time we're talking about this because I guess a mistake was made previously. So let's just take some time so that we can talk about it more thoroughly and try not to make any more mistakes. Thank you.
How much time is left on this item, Mr. Chair?
Let me see here. We have 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Mr. Boast.
Well, I guess I'll get a chance to speak one time this evening. I did not read the report before because I didn't have time. I have read the report now. Concerns about council and having time to read it aside, I still think many of the points raised by Mr. Chatterton are valid, whether or not we get advice from council. But where before I abstained, I would be voting no on the resolution this time. Or yes to postpone, depending on what we're talking about.
Yes, I was about to say that last part you've corrected to make it germane. Ms. Cowart.
Thank you. Guys, we've had this report for 2.5 months. We've had debate. We've talked with council in multiple executive sessions at this point. I don't know what more we need to do as far as beating this horse to make everybody feel like their concerns have been raised and heard and that we've gotten our responses from council. I don't know that we're going to get any further with this by going into yet another executive session with council. Questions have been answered ad nauseum. Whenever this meeting was called and notice was given, I
Questions in
reached
my
out to the
report have
chair
not
because
been
I was
answered at all, ever.
So whenever this meeting was called, I actually reached out to the chair and asked, why are we rehashing this? And my understanding is that there were no mistakes made, because I want to make that clear, because there was just an assertion that mistakes were made. I asked the question, did we do it wrong? And the answer was, no, we did not do it wrong. We are going back through this to make sure that there is beyond reproach, no kind of issues with notice or anything like that. But with what we had done as a body back on June 9th, we did do it the proper way. So this is not a correcting mistakes thing. This is a just going through the motions again to make sure that there is no concern whatsoever, that nobody didn't have proper notice to read the report and ask their questions and respond prior to that. That's the only thing I wanted to say. I wanted to clear the record on that point.
Mr. Nana.
And in order to call the question, I would like to.
I would
object.
I'll second.
Motion has been called and seconded. There's been an objection, so it'll go to a vote.
Here we are
More
forcing another
silencing.
thing through without debate of substantive issues.
Point
without
of order.
consideration
The
of
question
legal
has been
advice.
called.
This body is acting in a disgraceful
order.
manner.
Point of parliamentary inquiry. Is it a misuse of the motion to call the question to suppress members' rights to express their opinions and have informed decision
No,
making?
it is not. You vote no on calling the question if you want to continue debate. It's pretty fucking simple.
I think the audience can see for themselves what's happening here, guys.
Thank you for that continued debate. We'll go to the question being called. Once Mr. McMahon is ready for calling the question. The question that is being called is for postponing, not on the main motion.
How much time remains on the main motion?
1 minute, 32 seconds.
Mr. Dana called the question to end debate on motion to postpone motion 2, or excuse me. Resolution 2. Mr. Bowler,
No.
Mr. Bost,
No to calling the question.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Pass.
Mr. Dossing,
Abstain.
Mr. Ford,
No to calling the question.
Ms. Hollisey,
Pass.
Mr. Nebel,
No.
Mr. Martin,
No to authoritarianism.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I'm going to vote no. Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Thompson,
No.
Mr. Vinson. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not here. Mr. Watkins,
No to calling the question.
Mr. Nikela,
I'll vote no.
Mr. Dar,
I abstain.
Ms. Hollisey.
Abstain.
The votes are 2 yes, 10 no, and 4 abstentions.
Motion to extend time.
Second.
Yeah, so the previous vote that failed. Motion to extend time. How much, Mr. Chatter? Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Just hold your hat for 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, you can finish the thing.
All right, Mr. Chatterton, you were making a motion to extend time. How much time was that?
I think we need at least 20 more minutes.
You said 10, I vote yes.
Objection.
All right, a motion has been made to extend time by 20 minutes. Was it
10 minutes, please. If I
second?
can change that.
All right, it hadn't been seconded yet, Mr. Chatterton. So the correction was to
second
10
it.
minutes, and it
I'll
was now seconded after it being corrected to 10 minutes.
Thank you.
I'll object.
There's an objection to the extension.
I'm getting a ballot ready.
Oh, thank you. You should just create 20 more of those and
Move to extend time. 10 minutes on motion to postpone Resolution 2, done by Mr. Chatterton. And 10 minutes.
Would it be in order if I could ask Mr. Redpath to reconsider his objection? I think we're going to waste more time voting on this
It's
than
going to pass. Okay, this is move to extend time by 10 minutes on motion to postpone resolution 2. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Is it Bost or is that, am I saying that correctly, by the way?
It is not boast.
Boast. Okay.
It is not boast.
Not.
It is Bost.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, to extending time.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing.
To turn anywhere we don't want.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Hollisey.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Yes.
I will also vote yes. Mr. Nana.
Nope.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes, to extend time.
Mr. Nikela.
I'll vote aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 14 yes and 2 no's.
Time been extended by 10 minutes. Mr. Martin, you are now recognized.
Thank you. And this is on the motion, the main motion, or are we still on the postponement? We
Motion
already
to
passed
postpone.
We're still on motion to postpone.
Motion to postpone. It's critical. There's some pretty big issues here, guys. And I'll give you one just right up front. In an organization, a treasurer is responsible for financial oversight, right? And a financial oversight officer who may be implicated in a lack of oversight would be responsible for negligence, perhaps gross negligence, depending on what's going on there. And for that guy to sit on a committee that's supposed to investigate exactly those matters, which would have been under his watch, would mean that he would have a direct personal interest in the outcome of the proceedings. Again, if somebody were involved, say, with the Kennedy campaign and administering the JFC, and they were involved in the day-to-day on that and acted as Angela's right-hand de facto treasurer because the other treasurer wasn't paying attention for some reason, that person would probably also, not probably, certainly be conflicted. They would not be allowed to even participate except as a fact witness. Making your fact witnesses into judges, jury, and executioner is a conflict of interest. A major one. It's so obvious. And the fact that anybody would, lawyers are not some other flesh, guys. You can get another legal
point of
opinion,
order.
like doctors. We need time.
Yes.
Point of order.
Point of order.
I don't think that this is germane to the postponement. I think that you're getting.
I'm saying we
towards the
need
merits
time
of the
to
motion.
explore these conflicts. This is totally germane. These are conflicts for which we need legal opinions. They directly impact whether or not the vote, how it will proceed, who's part of it, how we are informed on whether or not the decisions that we're making are right, legal, or even in accordance with our principles. Should I wait for a ruling on that point of order?
I withdraw.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is absolutely critical, guys.
Just make sure it's tied in to be germane to the current one. This was what we're.
It is. The reason I bring those up specifically is because gross negligence and possible financial malfeasance are incredibly powerful personal motivators, right? So when the council brings up, a very narrow construction for us to say, hey, it's all good, and another lawyer says, hey, dude, watch out, that's dangerous, we should have the time to make sure that we're not walking into a trap. This is national politics, not some irrelevant board in nowhere. We're the third largest political party in the United States, and you don't think there's interests that we might want to just make sure aren't tipping the scales in one direction or the other? I'm only standing for fairness. If somebody did wrong, we need to do it right to hold them accountable. We can't do this dog and pony show and imitate federal prosecutors fabricating charges and then giving nobody time to review anything. And then, you know, talking about how long the report's been out. We've all reviewed the report by now. That's not the issue. But we didn't have the report to review. We didn't have it to review before we passed it, right? So it got rushed into a 24-hour voting lock. And then we've had no meaningful discussions. And all of them are shut down in the way that people have seen shut down tonight, till about 5 minutes ago when we started throwing a fit about it. This is absolutely irresponsible. We have a duty of care and a duty of loyalty that we need to uphold. That is now in the ethics policy, and the ethics policy has made that a lot more firm and a lot more binding than it was previously. I believe, even though maybe some parliamentarians, lawyers might disagree with me, that's okay. That's happened before, and I've been right before. But this is not my opinion. This is the informed opinion of consensus counsel. So my problem here is something that I can't back off on good faith as a fiduciary. So we absolutely need more time to consult with lawyers before we make a mistake that we cannot undo. Once we do this, there are things that can happen in related lawsuits that would be very, very bad. And you guys probably do not understand the implications of exactly what this means or why it matters. I can't talk about it because it would jeopardize our legal strategy for me to say it in front of the audience. That makes this even more irresponsible. I yield.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
I have a point of personal privilege. I've rarely spoken this evening, except once intemperately.
Yes, please let Mr. Ford go first.
Thank you. My appeal is very uncharacteristically brief. We have a meeting in a week. Members of a board of directors have raised significant concerns. We are coming to the end of this process, but I will tell you, if we don't take every step necessary to publicly resolve this process and overcome and resolve every objection, this will be continued to be argued about for time immemorial. There's only one way to solve this for the good of the community, because we are vastly divided on this. If we do not take this one extra step, because at this point, there's nowhere else to go after this one step other than outside litigation. But if we do not take this one damn step right now and vet, then you will be hearing about the decision of the LNC to quash potential legal issues forever. Whether that's fair or unfair, I'm not saying, but it's a political reality that it will be continued to be used by both sides. And at a certain point, we have to bridge this issue for 1,000 unrelated reasons to this argument. But if we do not exercise that final due diligence, and we're talking a week, and then it's over, we come to a decision then. This will be debated forever. So I'm rising in support of postponing this only so that we can come to an orderly conclusion with all arguments heard. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bowler.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes. So I raised the point of orders about the notice of the motions, including the one that we're talking about postponing now. The purpose of doing that was also to make the point that, yes, it was a hasty decision and ill-advised to do at that time, I think. That being said, it is the circumstances of August 24th are not the same as June 6th or June 9th. And I think we've had enough time to really go over this. To Mr. Ford's point, yes, it's a very divided issue. I really do not see more time changing the way that anyone's going to feel about this. So instead of putting it off and keep postponing it over and over and over again, I think it's just time to go ahead and deal with it and deal with any consequences that come along with it. Thank you.
Mr. Chatterton.
We've seen the tactics that have been deployed here over and over again, claiming that these things, we've had months and time to read. This isn't about reading it. Everyone here heard the numerous issues that I raised about concerns about the merits, and everyone heard the responses focus on one or two superficial issues around about a dozen others that are substantive in nature and have never been addressed. The actions this board is taking show conflicted interests all over the place, left and right. And everyone who's saying now that we are in a position to better position than we were on June 9th, I have just raised numerous brand new, never before raised legal concerns that have been come before this body based on events that happened in the last week that are brand new, that no attorney has commented on to us as a board. And we need time to hear legal advice on these matters before we commit more irreparable harm to this party. I believe it will be very personally irresponsible to any member who votes not to postpone this. And it is absolutely our duty to do so that we can be properly advised before we go ahead with this consideration.
Mr. Bost.
Yes, for the record, this is my second bite on this topic, I think. I just want to reiterate that none of my objections are related to matters of notice or matters of how many months have passed. They are all related to issues with the report. Thank you.
Mr. Watkins.
Yeah, I just want to at least ask the rest of the LNC to indulge those that have these concerns and have raised them. I mean, it's pretty clear that they feel very serious about this and the implications. I don't see why we can't, you can have your conclusions already. I don't think those are going to change. I don't see the harm in delaying just a little bit longer to indulge those that have raised these concerns and go over them in a group with council and us as the board hear council advice to them. I really don't see what the harm is in that. And that's fine. I get there's disagreements. I mean, it's very clear that there are strong disagreements, but I think a significant portion of the board, at least having objections or hesitation right now, I think it does us a disservice to not allow that to occur. I mean, I don't think we're in a position to just deal with whatever consequences may come because we don't have a clear idea of what those are or how significant those consequences will be. I mean, we had the financial report come out today and it's not good. And how, what does that mean financially for us? What consequences may come? How severe will those be? I don't know. So I just don't see why we can't just postpone. You're still going to vote the way you're going to vote. Fine. That's fine. But at least allow some discussion to be had. Thanks.
Mr. Chair, isn't time up on this?
That is correct, Mr. Redpath. Thank you for noticing the time. We are out of time. We are moving to a vote on the postponement and then on the motion itself, unless it's postponed.
I think you're on mute, Mr. McMahon.
I sure am. Move to postpone resolution 2 to September 7th, 2025, LNC special monthly meeting. Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
Move to postpone. Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes, to postpone.
Mr. Dar.
I'll pass.
Mr. Dassing.
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Hollisey,
Pass.
Mr. Nebel,
Yes to postpone.
Mr. Martin,
Yes to postpone.
Mr. McGee.
I'm sorry, wrong column for Hallisey's vote.
Oh, thank you. Mr. McGee.
No.
I will vote no. Mr. Nana,
No.
Mr. Redpath,
No.
Mr. Thompson,
No.
Mr. Vincent's not here. Mr. Watkins,
Yes to postpone.
Mr. Nikela,
Nay.
Mr. Dar,
No.
Ms. Hollisey.
No.
Mr. Chair, the votes are 7 yes, 9 no's.
Motion does not pass to postpone. Moving to the main motion vote now.
This body is disgraceful. I'll be leaving the meeting now. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, this is an absolute travesty. I'm not going to be part of this. You guys are on your own on this vote. This is absolutely ridiculous. And everyone here knows they're doing something wrong. This is a
Point of
framed-
order.
You're wrong.
Lied
Don't
about
let the
Point
door
of
hit your
order.
butt on the way out.
Oh,
Come
don't
to
worry.
order, please.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Redpath.
He was concerned about about Austin's door.
That's what I thought.
Be glad we aren't all in the same room. You could have actually heard my NCO voice for once. I would have made you feel it in your souls.
Sergeant Dar comes out every now and then.
I keep mine deep down inside.
Did Mr. I heard Mr. Chatterton left. Did Mr. Martin leave?
I believe so.
Said he was leaving. I did not. I'm not seeing him right now.
I believe Mr. Lamb is present.
Mr. Lamb is present.
My intention
Yes,
was
I'm present.
okay. This is resolution 2 as presented. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Under the circumstances, I have to vote no. There's no other way.
going to ask Mr. Chatterton or Mr. Wiley. Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Dassing, Mr. Dassing, Mr. Bracco, Mr. Ford,
I'll pass.
Ms. Hollisey,
Yes.
Mr. Nebel,
Aye.
Mr. Lamb,
I concur with Mr. Bost. I'm voting no.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Nana,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
No.
Mr. Nikela,
Yes.
Mr. Dassing, or Mr. Bracco, Mr. Ford,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the votes are 10 yes, 3 no, 1 abstention, and 1 not voting.
Motion passes for resolution 2. Thank you very much. Next item of business is adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Move to adjourn the LNC meeting.
Object to consideration.
Please.
Not really.
Okay. All right. So we've moved to adjourn to the LNC meeting. The executive committee meeting will open up after adjournment. Yes, Mr.
That is
Secretary?
not Mr. Vice Chair. The call was for a discussion on the motion with the full LNC.
Yes, that is
before
correct.
Convening the executive committee.
Thank you for the correction.
what
Glad
I'm
I
here
heard
for.
to walk through that. So full LNC discussion on the motion, and then it would move into the executive committee meeting. Thank you very much for that correction on the notice. But for adjournment here, is there any objection to adjourning? I am not seeing any objection to adjournment, so we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank God.